I'm sorry. This is not normally. See, what y'all just missed, he just said a joke and it threw me off. I was
Bro, I'm laughing at that picture though. I'm laughing at
this
that
is what
picture
it
though. The
means to
Rock's
be in the
face.
Wrestling Pit podcast. He threw me off right before the video started. But go ahead, let me turn off the music for you, Chris.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
That's better. Welcome you guys to the Wrestling Pit podcast here on YouTube.com. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our videos you guys enjoying today. So we're going to be doing our WWE Monday Night Raw review, and you can see the photo behind little big man there of the reason why we definitely have to talk about the show. So without further ado, little big man, go ahead and start us off.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. Nah, that music in the background, bro. That joint sound
That
like
music in the background,
disco, bro.
That was the joke, everybody. He said it sounded like disco music from the 80s. When I hit record, he said it right when I hit record. So
yes.
it was, oh my god. Damn, Shane, you threw me off. I can't.
The opening promo.
All right, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Fans. I'm sorry. Look, this is what happens when you tune into the show. You feel me? You get laughter, jokes, and all that.
Look, uncut and raw.
Right.
Exactly. Chris
So,
over there looking serious, man. Fix your face, my boy.
Bro. Fix your face, Chris.
All right, look, little big man, take us in, little big man.
Well, as you see, guys, we have fun with this, but yeah. So they opened up the show with talking about the showing events. So you know what happened with, especially with Cody Rhodes and The Rock, ironically, because then we get to this opening promo with Cody coming out, and I'm telling you guys, you haven't seen this promo. You haven't seen the highlights of this promo or the promo that's behind me here. Check it out because I'm not going to be able to do it justice of how good these promos were. But Cliff Notes, Cody comes out and basically says that, you know, this is the awkward 2-week stretch to WrestleMania where pretty much the time for talking is done and the time for action is, you know, now. And that he could talk about many things. He could talk about The Rock or whatnot, but he asked us to be. He said he wasn't going to ask us for anything, but then he asked us for one thing, and that's to be with him in the fight. Not only if he said, not only is I'm going to point at this WrestleMania time, I'm gonna need y'all to do it with me. I'm gonna need y'all to fight with me. Because and then he also mentions how The Rock and them is mad at him for breaking up their little jerk fest. I'm like, okay, Cody. But yeah, he said I broke up their jerk fest. That's why they mad at me. But he asked everybody to ride with him, point at the sign. They do. And as he was talking about beating The Rock, and before he could go talking about beating The Rock, hopefully on night one, and then he was getting ready to talk about night two, The Rock's music hit. Now, for those of you who don't know, The Rock was only advertised for next week's Monday Night Raw. But he made us an unscheduled, I guess you could say it's unscheduled appearance on this Monday Night Raw. And he gets into the ring. You know, he does his usual Rodness, had the Hollywood Rod thing. He gets into the did we lose Jeff? Oh, it's Jeff back. There we go. He gets into the ring, you know, he goes to Cody, puts his hand up, put it behind his back. He just walks up to him and whispers something to Cody. And thanks to people on Twitter and people who broke down this scene, we know that what he whispered was, tonight I'm gonna make you bleed. But for the purposes of what we heard, after that, The Rock would get a backstage interview where they asked him what did he say, and he says, "As Cody, what I said." Yeah, and that's the opening segment. But yeah, I already gave it to you what he said, but that will be found out thanks to the Twitters and the YouTubers. But Shane, go first. Tell me what you think since you had it all disrupted in the beginning.
uh, I mean, Cody came out on fire. The Rock it was kind of unexpected, but Pat kind of gave it up with the shirt a little bit. So I'm like, yo, something gonna happen. Or I think I seen, yeah, I think it was Pat. Um, but it was still a surprise because The Rock wasn't really supposed to be there till next week, so that was dope. Uh, and The Rock didn't overstay. It was more so the stare off, the crowd cheering. The Rock whispered something in his ear, which we all know was "I'm gonna make you bleed," blah blah blah. And The Rock just walked. That was perfect to me. That was that's all I needed.
Okay, all right, Chris.
So I was wondering what he said myself. I wonder what he was saying myself, and till we found out later that he was actually going to do it, and he was a man of his word when he said he was going to do it. But the thing I don't like, and I've been talking to Jeff about it, is like as story wise, it seemed I'm still kind of confused why they're building more of Rock and Cody up than more than Cody and Roman. Is still what I'm still not grasping from WWE right now. I don't know if The Rock is trying to, overstep Roman's shadow and to make himself the bigger star in WWE right now.
Which he is.
Which
Yeah,
he is.
yeah, over like being one of the biggest heels. And now I feel like Roman is definitely gonna. I don't feel like he's gonna feel a way about it, but I just don't like how they're doing a Cody and Rock feud versus doing a Roman and Cody feud.
Mm.
You trying to say they make a Roman look like an afterthought? Because
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting out of it.
yeah, more like when he was a face superstar with a WWE title.
Yeah, I think Roman's looking more like an afterthought.
Yeah,
To answer your question, Chris, this is just my opinion. I could be wrong, but it could really just be boiled down to just the chaos of the booking, which I really do believe that's what it is.
it's like
It
they
was just
slapping
so
all
much.
matches. It's like they're
It,
slapping a bunch of matches together.
it
But
was. I feel like it was because of the messy way how we got here that it's hard to, and especially since Triple H did something that I've been saying in these videos. Triple H just has done something that Vince wouldn't normally do, which is backtrack on a booking decision. No, Vince normally don't give a fuck what the fans think, but Triple H said, you know what, I'm not trying to have a match where everybody just gonna be booing it out the arena. So I think doing all that, having Rock come out of nowhere and just interject himself into this, which was cool at first.
mm-hmm.
I remind everybody, it was cool at first, up until the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble, if you think about it, is where we at now and how we got here. The Royal Rumble is what screwed everything up. Because
Yeah,
when The Rock did that whole promo or should I say at the head of the table promo, that was before Cody won the Royal Rumble.
Right.
Then we get to the Royal Rumble. Cody wins the Royal Rumble. So everybody like, oh, well, I didn't think they was going to give Cody no chance to win it again. I think with CM Punk back, CM Punk was going to win. Now, whether they call it audible or not, whether Cody was meant to win or not, we don't know. They according to backstage report, he was always meant to win the Royal Rumble, and that CM Punk was meant to win Elimination Chamber. So I have no clue. But then CM Punk did mention that. He did say that he after he lost, he planned on winning Elimination Chamber, and the report said that's what was supposed to happen. So I think then we got Cody as the winner of the Royal Rumble. Then we get to this whole debacle where The Rock just tells Cody to step aside and let him get the WrestleMania match against Roman Reigns.
Now that right there made me mad. I was like, wait, step aside. Like, I just won Royal Rumble, and then that's pretty much where it got real weird at too. Like, hey, you step aside, I'm going to step in. Like,
and yes, there has been one other time this has happened, and yes, it was Stone Cold. Stone Cold, we know, and I don't know. It was his back to back. He won 3 times, but one of his 3 times that he won the Royal Rumble, he did not go on to have the main event spot at WrestleMania. So Cody would only been the second person. Had they went through with this, he would have been the second person in history to win the Royal Rumble, but not go off to WrestleMania. But the thing was, it wasn't this sloppy as what we got now. That's the difference between when it happened to Stone Cold and Cody. When it happened to Stone Cold, we didn't have this sloppiness. The sloppiness here is that you interjected 2 storylines, and then you saw the fan base reject one of them.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So
not try to get y'all.
That's a long-winded way of saying The Rock's inclusion basically threw everything out of whack. That's just what it was. It was the long-winded. It just they wasn't prepared for him to be prepared to do this match.
All right.
Honestly, they didn't think he was going to do it, but then he came out of nowhere wanting to do it. So that's your answer. It's The Rock's just inclusion in this. So the reason why The Rock looks like he's the more of the star, because his place in this whole story is off right. So they it's kind of like, okay, that's just roll with it. That's how, since The Rock is pretty much interjecting himself in this like he did from the beginning, that's just how that in the story, where like, even though this is between Cody and Roman, The Rock is kind of taking over.
Yeah.
And then we can probably use this to set up Rock versus Roman in the future.
Next year
anyway, yeah. But that's a long-winded way of saying that. Yeah, they just trying to set up Rock versus Roman with some story beats that they could use. But go ahead, yeah. We can't hear you, Jeff.
We can't hear you.
Nope, not even now. Probably because you got your headphones in.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, I think we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There's a bit of an echo, though.
All right, hold on. Yeah, so I think that it was cool. I think it was cool. Cody finally is actually cooking this whole thing. But at the end of the day, I think that they're really trying to set up Cody versus Rock instead of Cody versus Roman, for real. To be honest, I'm just getting tired of this, for real. Like,
we kind of is getting that in night 1, so
yeah, they need to just, I don't want to see this again. Like, this is just too much. Well, I ain't gonna say too much. It's just, they need to just stick with the story how they had it.
It definitely is too much.
It might not be too much. It might be more the word you're looking for is too confusing.
Exactly.
Because it is kind of confusing, like who's in a feud with who,
like who's facing who at Mania.
And I think the thing is, it would have been better if they had somebody at the start helping out Cody, then bringing in set down the line. To be honest, that's what I think, because The Rock came in at the beginning and took over everything, and so I think that they should have had somebody help him soon as The Rock said something about a tag team match.
Mm. Mm.
But I don't think Seth Rollins should have been his partner anyway.
Mm.
But he the only one who has the stake in it. If you was gonna choose somebody to be his partner, Seth Rollins was the only one that made sense. Because you could kind of say Seth Rollins is the reason why Roman is who he is.
Uh,
True.
true.
Seth Rollins himself even referenced that in his promo. He actually referenced that, saying that when he destroyed the Shield, he kind of like he kind of corrected Roman in so many words. But
True.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's so Seth. It kind of makes sense for Seth to be here.
I would have brought in like a veteran, like a like somebody like I would have say like Stone Cold or The Rock or somebody like that. I mean, not The Rock. Stone Cold or John Cena.
Well, they is gonna be there. At least John Cena. We don't know about Stone Cold.
They say there's rumors saying he's gonna be there.
Yeah, I believe they keep a Stone Cold in the hush hush. But they everybody probably figured that John Cena was gonna be there in some capacity. That's why they just didn't try to keep it John Cena secret.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but with that being said, we go on to JD. I'm about to say JD. Judgment Day promo where they scold JD and about losing to Ricochet and Dominic Mysterio. With Rhea doing it, saying like, I just need y'all to win something. Just go out there and win something. And Damian Priest announcing that he got a plan to even the odds against the people, his competitors in the 6-pack challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we will see more on that later. We got Rick. Oh, and Dominic Mysterio said that he got a plan to beat Ricochet, which goes into the first match of the night, which is Ricochet versus JD McDonough. And this was a pretty good, solid opening match. I actually enjoyed it. Like it wasn't bad at all. It wasn't bad. It was better than okay. It was pretty solid. I'll give it a good match. Yeah, pretty good match. I like that standing Spanish fly from JD McDonough. I like that inverted Hurricanrana, or I think they called it a poison Hurricanrana or something like that. I think that's what it was called, a poison Hurricanrana. Um, from Ricochet off the top rope. They had some other great moves. Ricochet, they fought like they was luchadors in that match. Both of them did.
Mm-hmm.
More so Ricochet than JD, but JD put out some luchador like moves too. But in the end, Ricochet would get the victory. Uh, Real quick, y'all give me your thoughts on that. I'm gonna go with Chris this time.
Me? Okay. All right. So I thought the match was one of the best matches on the show last night. I knew JD did have it in him, and they officially let him shine for the first time on the main roster since he's been on, since he was on NXT, and now they could. I can potentially, see JD, of course, as a like he was on NXT on Raw. I don't, like the thing is now when Rhea was pretty much saying, "Hey, go, go win us something. I know you can beat Ricochet and all that stuff," and Downey was like, "Yeah, mommy, we can," and all that stuff. But then again, I don't know. Like, I don't know where's this leading to as far as like with Dominic and JD McDonough now, but I don't even. I mean, I really don't know what they're gonna pretty much do with those two because I feel like Damian Priest he's being so serious right now where he's got to defend him and Finn has to defend those tag titles in a 6-pack challenge ladder match and he got that briefcase and you want to cast that in but he's not ha ha and joking and stuff like that now but I feel like JD McDonough may lead in Judgment Day, but we will see. I don't know.
I can see that if they, especially if they like legit bring in Andrade, and it's not like Andrade trying to get Dominic out. They just really just recruit him into the group. I can see JD getting pushed out.
But then again, Damian Priest doesn't like nobody really joining the group anyway.
He
Right.
don't. He don't at all.
Yeah, just like when they put JD in there.
Yeah,
But
he had to.
like,
JD had to earn his trust too.
yeah, true. But overall, I really enjoyed that match. I actually went back and watched it a little while ago.
Okay. All right. Jeff, go ahead.
Uh, I would say this match was good. It was a pretty good match. Like JD McDonough, he's actually proven himself to be uh, a better wrestler than he has been.
Mm-hmm.
And Ricochet is just Ricochet. Regardless who he fights, he looks tough regardless. And to be honest, he needs a title. I don't know what title, but he needs a title.
I put the
I'm just
U.S. championship on him. Like I say you put like he gets drafted to SmackDown. If you keep the U.S. title on SmackDown and you put the U.S. championship on him,
that makes sense.
I mean he's the kickstarter to this Gunther reign. So I would say kind of like I know they're gonna have somebody else end it. So I'll say yeah, you put him over on SmackDown, let him be the U.S. champion. A great start for him to build his way up to maybe a future world title scene. But go ahead, Shane.
You said Ricochet for a world title.
Yeah,
In the future, I can see it. He got that Rey Mysterio underdog vibe.
yeah,
I mean, if they bring the Prince Puma back,
yes,
then we could cook from there. You know what I'm saying? Because
But
I think that's
they got to get that right to do that though, don't they? 'Cause ain't that's like a character that you can only do in that other promotion.
I think
I think
I think I think WWE going for it now.
is
Oh, okay.
Lucha did Lucha Underground close down?
no,
Yeah.
they
Okay,
did.
so, yeah, they
Okay,
closed down.
okay. Yeah, so all they gotta do is just buy the
I kind
rights
of
to
figured
use
they
that
did.
character.
But the match though, that was that was a good one. I mean,
God.
JD McDonough can definitely go. I mean, from his NXT run, he definitely can go.
Mhm.
So it wasn't a surprise there. I'm just surprised that WWE gave the match time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was more
Exactly.
surprised at. I was more surprised at the time than anything. I'm like, oh, all right, this is gonna be a walk in the park and whatever. And it wasn't. It wasn't. It was actually a match. I was okay with it. I was cool with that.
Yeah, exactly. Unlike last week's, actually.
Oh, then
Mhm.
that Ricochet when he did the whole when he did his finisher when JD McDonough was standing up, that joint was fire.
Oh
That
yeah.
was hard. I said, oh
Did you
yeah,
did you notice though? Like after the pin, uh, he called the referee over JD, so he
yeah.
might have like
Mm-hmm.
kind of cracked the rib or something.
Yeah.
hmm Um, if they do if they do bring Andrade into Judgment Day, I would like to see JD and Dominic leave with Andrade.
Hmm.
JD and
Yeah,
Dominic.
JD and Dominic
I wonder
go
who
with
else can.
Andrade.
Yeah, that makes sense
You talking
actually.
like as like leaders of Judgment Day?
Nah, I'm talking about as like, because you know the rumor is for Andrade to pull Dominic out of Judgment
Oh,
Day.
okay, okay, I
Yes,
see.
So
yes.
if they do go that route, because Dominic was the one that was pushing for JD to actually join the group.
Yeah.
If y'all notice that story wise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if anything, Don could be like, yo, man, you know what I mean? You want to come with me? And I would like to see them three more together. Because, I mean, story wise, it would make sense.
All right.
All right. All right. Well, we get to our second longest promo of the night. I swear, everybody, from after this, it'll be quick, smooth sailing because this is like literally, other than this picture behind me, this is like literally the only other long like segment of the night. Which is the CM Punk promo. Yes. This is what I mean. Where if y'all have not seen the highlight of this promo, you need to go watch it because I can't do it justice. That's why they get paid the big bucks on the mic.
Yeah, it was like
Because
19 minutes.
they delivered. But I will say this: this was from this promo to the last promo. Most of this, aside from a few people, I won't say everybody, but almost the majority of the promos were Attitude Era 2.0 promos, and this was definitely Attitude Era like promo. Because CM Punk, he did not care. He did not care about that PG rule, just like The Rock didn't care. But CM Punk comes out and he talks about how Roman said something about him on the Pat McAfee show, and that he said to Roman, he addressed that on my rise up the mountain and you're on your way down the mountain. He said we're gonna meet eventually. And then he talked about The Rock and said how The Rock he's the one person who hasn't said nothing about him, and that maybe because he remember when I told him that his arms are too short to punch with God. So I'm like, yeah, cooking. I can't remember. It was so many people he addressed. I can't remember exactly what he said about Seth, but I know he said something about Seth before he got to Drew McIntyre. Because Drew McIntyre was the last person he referenced. But he said he talks about Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre comes out, right?
Right.
He tells Drew that he's been doing a lot of talking on. Well, before he comes out, he said you've been doing a lot of talking on social media and all this, but we in Chicago, and here in Chicago, we say what we got to say and settle it face to face. And right on cue, Drew McIntyre's music hits, and CM Punk does. He's like, you know what? No, nobody wants to hear that stupid music. Cut his music. Cut his music. And he said, "Get your bitch ass in this ring right now." I'm like, "Oh God!"
I'm like, oh shit.
CM Punk was on 1,000 at that point.
He was.
He said, "I would love to get in that ring." Don't you remember the last time we was in the ring together? I stumped that arm of yours and put you on the injured reserve. He said, I ain't looking for no match. I might not be medically cleared, but I don't need a match. And, I think that's when he told him to get his bitch ass in the ring. He said, "I don't need him. I'm looking for a fight to get your bitch ass in the ring." And this is where we get Petty Drew to 1,000. This dude Drew was petty. He said, "This is like a godsend. We're here in Chicago. You're here. We're here. This is like a godsend because you want to be in my spot so bad." And look, I even got the T-shirt. And he showed that CM Punk's name was the first thing on the checklist. And CM Punk told him, "I ain't never had to put another man's name on my shirt to sell it." I said, and he said, "Get your hands in this ring." And I'm just like, oh my God, CM Punk is killing it on the mic. And but I forgot too that CM Punk addressed that he will be at WrestleMania before Drew had came out.
Commentator.
Yeah. And, Drew would sit on the commentator's desk And basically address CM Punk saying, and he will rip off that shirt to reveal the other CM Punk trolling shirt. I'm like, Drew is on pettiness. He wore 2 trolling CM Punk shirts. Like, come on, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for this petty Drew though, but
Yeah,
he
he is
addressed
really
Drew and
cool.
said that CM Punk said he wants Drew at WrestleMania, and he said what better way to be you at commentary to call my greatest moment because I deserve this moment at WrestleMania. I deserve to win and raise the championship up in front of fans and a packed stadium because I am the chosen one. And CM Punk says, "Who gave you that name?" And I love this part. No, nobody can say it, but
Mm.
he dares you like,
Mm-hmm.
who gave you that chosen one name? He said, "What unholy?" I think he said, "person or something deity anointed you that name." And he said, "Go on and say it." And you just see Drew just sitting there smiling. He know he can't say the name because the man is so
Oh,
controversial. But we all know he's talking about
Vince.
Vince
Yep.
McMahon. This will bring out Seth Rollins. Trust me, guys. This promo was long. I don't want to get deep into every single word, but it was a lot. Seth Rollins comes out and he's mad because they're making decisions about their match without him present. And he says, if we're going to do that, let's go to the crowd. He asked the crowd, do the crowd want to see CM Punk on commentary and at WrestleMania? And they chant for that, but then they start chanting for him to be a referee. And he said, look, I don't know if you guys know this, but that's his counting arm right there. And CM Punk, he gets down to 1, 2, 3. But then he does another attitude error like shoot and says, you know what? Honestly, I don't think I can be partial to you two dipshits. And I'm like, this, I said, damn, CM Punk
Damn.
is on another level. He's just saucing these dudes up.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Drew's response. He said, PG, brother. I'm like, okay, Drew. He over there reminding people that we're supposed to be PG.
PG.
And I'm like, you know what was funny about that? It's ironic he says that and nobody was PG in this whole entire show. Nobody
Mm-mm.
was.
Nobody.
But
Man,
he reminds everybody we're supposed to be PG,
he
which
had
spawned a conversation for a later date about this whole PG thing. But
he already called the cameraman a pervert. To my don't look at my.
oh yeah, I love that. Every time he
Oh, don't look
mocks
up
CM Punk.
my kill.
Don't look up my kilt, you perv.
Yeah.
But Seth tells CM Punk that he has thought nothing about him at all since the last time they was in the ring, and that it doesn't matter if he's a referee or on commentary. The only thing he cares about is that you stay out of his way. And CM Punk tells him that it's been decided that I am going to be at WrestleMania. I will be on commentary, and I'm going to do something that hasn't been done since I've been gone for 10 years. And he goes to Drew saying, you with your stupid he said with your stupid sword and your stupid music, your stupid pyro. And he told Seth with you with your stupid shoes and clothes and your wife,
bell bottoms.
your bell,
Your
yeah,
bell, your bell bottom.
your bell bottoms and your wife. He said, I'm going to make you guys interesting. And then he leaves. But then Drew takes us out the ball, something that he's been accusing Seth of, and says, no, you don't get to cut his music. You don't get the last word. You're not in this match. You don't get to have the last word. And he basically says that Seth, CM Punk is his like number one fan, and that he's like the one stalking him, that he's writing the letters, and he's with saying that you're my number one wrestler, yours truly, Phil. And Seth would super kick him and then stomp him and then walk past CM Punk to end that segment. Like I said, this is the last of the longest promos. Then we got Shinsuke Nakamura talking about he's going to turn Jay's dream match into a nightmare. Afterwards, that was like a little video promo. But yeah. So with all that being said, like I said, It's a lot of stuff I didn't say. There's a lot of stuff that happened. I can't do it justice, but I try my best. So we're gonna start with Jeff. What do you thought about that CM Punk promo?
That CM Punk promo was dope. Like you said, Attitude Era 2.0. It was dope. Like now that's a promo I like to see. Like all these other promos, especially the ones with Roman and The Rock and garbage. But and y'all know what I'm talking about too. The Rock
Yeah.
on
Oh yeah,
Friday.
oh yeah,
Roman from Friday.
that was terrible. But go ahead,
But
that was garbage.
anyway, did you notice how Drew said something about CM Punk being straight edge?
Oh yeah.
Yo, that was hilarious.
He
And
said,
he
I find it funny that you got this straight ass gimmick. You don't smoke, you don't drink, but you
But you
spend all
always
your
do
time in
the
rehab.
rehab.
yes. When
That was classic.
when he
That was
said
classic.
that, I busted out laughing. I'm like, damn, Drew, did you really just say that?
But
I'm
it's
like,
true though.
it's
But
true.
that was why it's such a great line because technically it's true. You don't smoke or drink, but somehow you find yourself in
So in
rehab a lot.
rehab, a lot. He's in rehab more than he is in the ring. But boy, that segment there
Oh man.
was great. Was one of the greatest segments leading up to WrestleMania so far. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna put it like that.
Yeah, and ironically, and like I guess this could be like a bad thing for Seth and Drew. That actually made me more interested in Seth and Drew.
Mm-hmm.
That really got me like I was interested in the match, but that made me even more interested now with the
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk element. But go ahead, Shane.
Man, what a good stuff. God, I Punk just made Drew and Seth Rollins world title match
More
probably
interesting.
still important now because that last week bullshit that shit was weak.
Garbage.
Um, so this was a unscripted, scripted kind of promo.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and CM Punk let it all out, man. Yeah, we need Punk more on the show. I don't give him a mic and just let him go. Uh, I kind of got the slick the slick talk when CM Punk said something about Netflix,
Oh
and then
yeah,
he kind of went away from it.
he said something about April.
He
Yeah.
said
Yeah,
he said
He said he might
my
still work.
arm might not be working right, but my mouth do. He said sorry, we not on Netflix yet, but April, she knows what I'm talking about. I said, oh, okay.
I I've been saying, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? They and I'm not saying like I said before, you don't gotta go to Attitude Era promos, but stuff like this might get away on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It might.
Ain't
But
ain't no mic to it. It will.
with the segment with Drew being Petty Drew, man, that was great. That was good stuff, man. Seth coming out, who it puts Seth in a it kind of puts Seth in an awkward situation here
Yeah. Put
Mhm.
him. Yeah. Put
because
him.
he's like the bloodline. Then you got yes. Then you got okay. Then you got the world title and everything like that. So I think Drew needs to beat Seth in a dominant way.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I I don't see it no other way. I think Drew needs to like destroy Seth.
Seth. Yeah.
Okay.
But that whole segment was just awesome. I mean, that was great stuff. That was great TV.
Yeah. And that's what I was alluding to, like that whole when CM Punk said the Netflix thing, and the fact that there's actually a real article that says Attitude Era 2.0, and so it's like people are starting to pick up on stuff with this. I guess the thinking is that maybe we get in the Attitude Era like TV 14 when we move to Netflix, because everybody know when they everything anything on Netflix, even as a TV show that was on regular TV going to Netflix, now they got a whole new language vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So it's like where WWE be getting that same treatment, but then you got to remember, even though they move to Netflix, they still got investors they got to please. So
Mm-hmm.
that Netflix might not be able to give us Attitude Era or at least a TV 14 like product, but we're probably gonna get damn near close. Uh, Go ahead, Chris.
Wow.
Hmm. All right. So the promo, it was a very great one, and I like everything. I like everything that everybody said in the promo. Now, Drew, he has definitely picked up, his I'm sorry, y'all. NXT going on.
Right.
Um,
Right. Right. NXT going on.
all right. So, anyways, like I said, I enjoyed the promo and everything. Um, Drew McIntyre, he has definitely stepped up a whole lot. You remember him when he was the chosen one before. You remember he was the chosen one when Vince first brought him in, and
Mhm.
then now I guess CM Punk. You mentioned earlier about him having a chosen one name and all that stuff, whatever. But anyways, I feel like with Seth Rollins, it kind of made Seth Rollins feel bad. It's like during this promo, he's been like, not really looked at as being more looked at CM Punk and Drew. So if it does come down to a CM Punk versus a Drew McIntyre, it more than likely will be for the world title. Because they're more likely going to pull the title off of Seth Rollins. But
All right.
overall, like I said, it was a good promo.
All right. Well, then we move on to after all that, we only got to the second match of the night. That's how much promos was dominating this first hour, which
Yeah,
I call Attitude Hour.
trying
I
to.
call that the Attitude Hour because this is like where things kind of simmer down, and we get to Ivy Niles versus Candice LeRae. Uh,
Hmm.
it was an okay match. I like that we're continuing this further descent of Candice LeRae, and we actually see that Indy is not for it. Indy
Mm-mm.
Hartwell is not for it, and
Not for
I
it.
can kind of see that. I'm guessing they really are about to split Indy and Candice up,
Can
but you could tell Indy is not having it. She's conflicted. She kept like throughout the match, Candice kept trying to distract the referee doing heel tactics to get Indy to go attack Ivy. But you can see Indy like she kind of thought about doing it, but then she like, I'm not doing this. I'm not about to use these tactics. And she tried so hard. I am not gonna lie to you. I love how Candice blatantly just grabbed her leg and was just like,
mm-hmm.
oh my, oh the ref, and she's like telling Indy, go ahead and do it. And she's like, I'm not doing this. Like,
Exactly.
what do you want from me? I'm not doing this. And then she just said, fuck it. I'm just gonna do a heel roll up pin on her. I like that Maxine was there. Why did Maxine not whoop Candace's ass? That's my only thing. That was my only gripe with it. Maxine, they still got Maxine, this little prissy. I just I need you to kind of have Candice push Maxine to
Thank
be
you.
a harder, more grittier Maxine. That's
Mhm.
what I want out of this little heel turn is that I need you to use Candice to make Maxine like this edgier, no nonsense type person. Her still sitting there looking like she's sad is not really helping this much. It's kind of like taking away from what you build up with Maxine, what you had the potential to build with her, and kind of took it away here. But otherwise, it was a decent match, and Candice Ray got the heel victory. Then we got a little gimmicky backstage promo with New Day and DIY arguing about WrestleMania and stuff. But the true gem here, I want to see if y'all caught it. Who was in the background talking to each other? No, that
Paul
was
Heyman and Drew.
Yep, bingo. Andrade and Dominic was later.
Yeah.
But this one was Paul Heyman and Drew. And I'm like, hold up, man, get them out the way. What they doing back there having a conversation? And we will find out at least a little bit about that later on tonight. But what y'all thought about this match in the promo real quick? We're gonna go with Jane.
Kansas LeRae right now with the hill. Yeah, I need her. If we're gonna use this hill tactics, and I like how they slow cooking it. So when she do beat the bricks off of Maxine, because that's what's gonna have to happen. I mean write her off TV for a little bit. That way,
off TV.
Write her off TV.
No, he's right. Because if you write her off TV, you don't got to worry about her because nobody really pays attention to households. So you can have her appear at households, but she can't appear on the main roster due to the storyline, and you could use it even more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that for Indy Hartwell, if I'm saying her name right, that will elevate her to step up and become a babyface.
Yes.
But for that to happen, and I think the Raw after Mania will be a good start for that. They need the Maxine and Kansas LeRae need to have a match. Maxine wins on some roll up shit, whatever. She won the match, but she didn't win the war, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And Kansas LeRae need to beat the bricks off her. I meant a concerto, whatever it takes to make this heel turn be real serious, and for her to get taken seriously.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see like Maxine beating her on some flute stuff. So she like just get real pissed. Maxine celebrating, and she just beats the bricks off of Maxine.
Yeah, yep. And that's how you could start that Indy Hartwell Kansas LeRae war going into Backlash.
Thank you.
The story is there. You can definitely build it.
All right. Chris, go ahead.
All right. So of course, like Shane said, beat the, of course, Candice LeRae can beat the mess, out of
beat the bricks off her ass.
beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah, just beat her, just beat her up, and then next thing you know, she come back maybe a couple months later on TV, come back with some wrestling ability, come back stronger and everything like that, and
a whole new different gimmick.
Yeah, and different hairstyle and everything, theme song without it being the Alpha Academies, and she just comes back and just start working with her and everything like that. But as far as the match, I wouldn't say it was okay. Indy Hartwell, like Shane said, she wasn't having it or anything like that. And but I'm just waiting for that right moment here. Like Shane also said, after Mania is a good time to at least have something
Let me just add something into that. Especially if they do a mid card title, this would be a
Yes.
perfect start for Kansas LeRae. If she can actually get that title and actually elevate it.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Especially for Maxine to come back with a new gimmick and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she can be the biggest baby face when she comes back. I mean, it can, especially if Kansas LeRae have a run with that. If they do a run with that mid card title, and her being a heel and her being a dominant delusional heel, yeah,
Mhm.
this will work. This would be perfect.
Okay. All right. Um, what you thought about that Drew in the background with Paul Heyman, Chris?
No, that right there, I already seen it, and I was like, "Hey Jeff," I was like, "Did you see?" I was like, "Did you see Paul Heyman back there talking to Drew?" He's like, "What? I missed it," and I was like, "He was right there talking to him." But anyways, that right there, I figured Drew McIntyre is trying to get some help as far as like maybe trying to take out CM, have Bloodline, take out CM Punk or something like that. While he's on commentary. And because you already noticed that every time Drew McIntyre is fighting, the bloodline comes out. I mean, not even like sometimes to help him, sometimes just to show up there or whatever. But it's been going on actually for a good little while now.
Mm-hmm.
So now a lot of questions are wondering if Paul Heyman does like leave the bloodline, will he be more like managing Drew McIntyre? Will he be managing Braun Breaker? It's a lot of questions of who he's going to be,
Will he
working.
retire?
I don't think he's going to retire, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yo, I just thought of something about that too. Give me a second. I just thought about that shit too.
Go ahead.
What if Paul actually? When Roman leaves? Because I got a feeling he's going to drop the title. When
Yeah.
Roman leaves, I'm
Though
not trying to say I'm not
they
trying to
gonna
say
have
they
that
going.
feeling last year too, though. As
Yeah,
Roman,
I'm
as
not trying to say they. I'm not trying to say they build a new bloodline, but Drew and Paul might just work.
Yes.
Uh,
You never
I'm
know.
just saying.
Can't,
or Paul and Breaker.
I mean, you could have both.
yeah. Make a group.
Cody.
Just don't put Braun. Just don't put Baron Corbin in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, put Baron Corbin in there. Put
I
Baron.
I
mean,
wouldn't
nah.
mind. I
You
wouldn't
can
mind
have
if Baron is cooking in
you can you
NXT.
can
Yeah.
have
But if you
you
go
can
back to
have
the main
Drew.
roster,
You can have Drew and Paul on Raw, and then you can have Braun and Paul on SmackDown. Paul will be doing the double
Oh,
duty.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
All right. I follow.
All right, I can
hmm.
see
All right,
that.
Because
so.
I mean, he did it with Curtis Axel, Ryback, and a couple of them guys. I mean, Paul Heyman could start his own Paul Heyman guys group. Just saying.
I can
Yeah.
see that.
I can definitely see that. It would definitely do wonders for people like uh Braun Breaker and them though. It would definitely do wonders for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, especially Braun, because this man, he probably can win the U.S. title or something soon after Mania.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because Logan ain't gonna hold ain't gonna hold his belt
He
for
ain't gonna
long.
hold
No,
that.
he's
He
not
ain't gonna
making
hold
it
that
past.
title for long.
He's not making it
Yeah,
past Mania.
yeah,
No.
That's going after That's going at
yeah.
Mania.
I mean, this man got money from every which way. YouTube,
You
You
think
know
he's
what
gonna?
though?
and
I don't think so.
You
I
don't think
think
he's
I
gonna lose it?
Nah. I think they're gonna let Paul Heyman hold that joint till they get to Cleveland.
Logan Paul? No,
You mean
no.
Logan Paul? You said Paul.
Yeah, I think they go. Yeah, I think they're gonna let Logan Paul hold the U.S. title until we get to Cleveland.
Mm-mm.
hmm,
At a point, I can't lie. They might do that. They might let them slither away to SummerSlam. It would be something. But before we get too much in fantasy booking land,
Yeah.
I think we got everybody on this, right? Or was it Jeff's turn?
Jeff's turn. My bad, Jeff. Damn, we done
It's all
skipped you and shit. My bad.
it's all good because it was cool. That match was cool. Nothing else to it. It was cool. It's a typical, women's thing that they do every week with her, with Maxine and Candice LeRae. I like how Shane said that or when one of y'all said that they should have Candice LeRae beat up Maxine and then she leave for a couple months,
Yeah,
come
I
back.
said that. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
come
should
back
beat the
come back
bricks
with
off
a
of him.
come back with a new gimmick. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
Her leave.
injured her leg or something.
Yeah, her leaving the Alpha Academy. Starting her own little thing. I can
It
see
needs
that
to be
happen.
a concerto to
I
make
can see.
Kansas LeRae look serious, and for
Yes,
Maxine to get that baby face pop when she comes back. It needs to be like
yes.
a concerto.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Which I don't think I don't think we even seen anything like that from a women's perspective of
Nope,
wrestling.
No.
nope.
We
And
never.
Kansas LeRae can do it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That would get her some nuclear heat. But go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, that would give us nuclear heat. Um, but yeah, I really want to see it. The Paul Heyman thing. Oh yeah, I'm liking where this is going. Like Drew, Drew need a manager, somebody like Paul Heyman to help him out with. But hopefully he does resign with WWE. I'm just gonna put it out there. Hopefully he does resign with WWE, so then
Oh,
he can.
you gonna get your ass there at WrestleMania if he win that title. He win that title, he re-signed. I don't care what nobody say. If he win the title, that means he re-signed. They're not gonna put the title on somebody that haven't re-signed.
Hey, they put the title on him, and then what's his name? Take the title from him.
that would be so petty.
Look.
To have Damian Priest come out and take it
Hey,
right from him.
hey, but look at this, and then he leaves the company. Drew leaves the company, bro. What if that happens though? What if that happens?
I say that would make an interesting Drew McIntyre if he don't leave. If he don't leave.
Now, I do have a thing. Like if he does, so like let's say if he does wins the title and he trolls and do the CM Punk 2012 thing, they can
And leave.
yeah,
Yes.
they can do some things, take a picture in the refrigerator and all that. I was like,
And leave.
yeah, and then he does the little bow thing like CM Punk does and walk in the walk out.
He blow CM Punk a kiss and then leave with the title.
And then leave with the title.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Bro, that'd be funny.
That'd be hilarious.
Right.
Well, you see, we got a lot of predictions about a lot of stuff.
I'm
Y'all
ready.
need to, when we do our WrestleMania predictions video, it's gonna be a lot of this. But we move on to the next match, which is
Bye, Drew.
which comes off of that promo where I said New Day and DIY was arguing with each other because that's the next match, which is the New Day versus DIY, and this match will also be what Damian Priest was referring to. This was a solid, good tag team match between the two. I wanted to say I didn't see this coming, but then again, it made sense for storyline purposes because at this point, nobody should be losing anyway. At least not the people that's in the match. and you had two people that's in this 6-pack challenge match, so you need to protect both of them. So I see why Triple H did what he did. But this was a good tag team match. Right when it was getting to its apex of awesomeness, the Judgment Day would come out and attack by hitting. I think Damien hit Ciampa, which caused the DQ, giving DIY the victory. And they would just beat down New Day and DIY. The Miz would get involved, he would get beat down. And R-Truth is a national treasure.
God
I
damn,
forgot to
dude.
mention that in that promo backstage before the match,
MVP.
he called Pat McAfee JBL. He still called it DIY DX.
DX.
He even
Regeneration X.
he said, "Look at Shawn Michaels in the ring." It was
Three
Johnny
Generation
Gargano.
X.
It was just Johnny Gargano, but he said it was Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. He said, and then they was like, "No," they was like, "Truth, that's not JBL, that's Pat McAfee." And he was like, "What?" He's like, "Miz, this is just Pat." I'm like, "True, I hate you because you're so fucking funny." Like, it's just like you're a national freaking treasure. But yeah, they eventually, after they beat down everybody, they pointed at R-Truth. R-Truth was like, "No, I'm just on commentary. I ain't wrestling. Go to commercial break." He tried to call the commercial break
Oh my
like it's
God.
gonna help him not get his ass whooped.
And they were
And
just
then he
standing
was,
over there like, yeah, we
Finn
can
like
just
it just snatched his headphones. Oh, you want to break, huh? How about we break you? And they just beat his ass, toss him in the ring. But then my old man R-Truth, he starts taking everybody out, at least for a little bit. He held his own for a minute, but Damian Priest would get the better of him. They start beating him up, and they get him a razor's edge, and then a coup de grace himself. Cody would cut a promo, which is just a follow up from when The Rock told them to go ask Cody what he whispered to him. And Cody said, while he won't repeat what he said, it's a promise that he can't keep. As you can see from my picture, Cody, you was wrong, brother. Brother, you was wrong.
I hope you finish that story.
But y'all tell me what y'all thought
My
real
bad.
quick of this match. I
man.
did a little bit of rearrange of ourselves here, but we're gonna go with Shane's that's right next to me.
What we on the tag match? All right.
Yeah, we had a bad match.
R-Truth is hilarious. Truth is the man. Shout outs to Ruthless Talk Podcast for actually bringing this to my attention. I know that everybody that's in this tag team match, Judgment Day already beat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
okay.
so
Yes.
we just kind of took all the tag teams and just put them in a ladder match,
Yeah.
which I'm fine with. Um, but the match was going to end in a no contest. Judgment Day needed to look strong on into the tag team match, so it was the right booking. It was the right call. Um,
Mm.
I still think that I still think they're going to do the. It needs to happen. A SmackDown and a Raw guy needs to grab the belt. They need to grab the belts, and this is for why. Yes, one, it needs to get split.
Mhm.
Two, it could cause controversy into Monday Night Raw the
Yeah.
night after, and it could put some spotlight into that tag team division. Like, oh, who really won? Who's the undisputed tag team champions? What is Triple H going to do on Monday Night Raw about these tag titles? Or, um, well, Adam Pierce. But you can have a story going into the night after Mania with the tag team championships being that spotlight of the night.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it.
Okay. All right. Chris?
All right. So this match, I'm still laughing a little bit, man, when you're telling me about the match. True, we're talking about going to commercial break.
Like, he said the dude's name too. I think he said Dave or somebody. He said go to
Yeah,
commercial.
he said go to commercial break.
And they were just
Dave, go
sitting
to
there
commercial
looking at him
break.
like, dude, like we about to whoop your ass.
They,
I felt
they
so
were
bad. I'm like,
literally.
somebody save Truth, please. Don't let this
Yeah,
happen to Truth.
I'm, I'm like, he should out the barricaders or something. But Archer, man, he's older than anyone in that's in this 6-pack challenge, man. He's older than all of them. But
And you wouldn't be able to tell this man do not age at all.
No,
no,
This man is damn near 50 years old and he's
he's
still
50.
hanging with the
He's
best of
54. He's 54.
dang, so he was the
Jesus
same age as the Rock.
Christ.
God dang. But anyways, I just thought that part was so funny. Wasn't really into the match, but I feel like Damon Priest, is trying to do as much damage as he can to to the other people in the 6-pack challenge ladder match at Mania, try to save those tag titles. Question is, will they save those tag titles?
No.
Or is Damian Priest trying to prove himself that he's world championship material?
I want to say I say it's them trying to prove it to us because they if you notice, Damian Priest has not lost a match now. He has not
Nope.
lost a match in a long time, and
Nope.
that's usually a good
And
Right. He has.
that's
He
usually a
haven't
has.
sign
seen
of them
Finn
about to
wrestle.
give him a championship.
I haven't seen Finn wrestle in about 2 months, probably. I would say.
Yeah, I don't think he haven't wrestled since Elimination Chamber. Now I say that's due to they wanted to get his thumb healed. They just wanted him to heal his thumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but overall with that, we'll see we'll see what's gonna happen at Mania with these tag titles and his briefcase and everything like that. But he's on the more serious side, and I guess WWE wants him to be that way. Just like Shane said, the CV's world title, world champion material. But then again, I don't know if he isn't. I don't think he would be.
They're
Like
gonna
that's
have they're gonna have him cash in on the Gunther and Sammy match.
Oh my god! If they put another Austin Theory and have him cash in on the secondary title, I'm going to be pissed.
No. He gonna.
Because
He
come
gonna
on,
cash
Triple
in
H,
on the
you
United
know
States
how well
title.
that went. You know how well that went the first time. Austin is still recovering from that debacle.
that was
You just got him out of that debacle.
that, that right there was horrible, man. If they do pull off that, I mean, if they do that, then Gunther is pretty much gonna come after the world title, and then it's just gonna
Yep.
Yep. He gonna go after.
Gunther was like,
He gonna go after
Gunther was
Seth.
like, well, Gunther gonna be like, I made this title prestige. He's gonna be thinking, I made this title prestigious. And
That
all matches are going to a whole lot better.
having Damian Priest do that would hurt that prestige that he just built on that title. I
Uh-huh.
swear, it would hurt that prestige because that is like the stupidest decision ever. You
And
that,
and and you will hurt Sami Zayn in the process.
Make that man want to go to NXT.
my God.
They already hurt. They already hurt Chad Gable.
Facts.
And
And you and you
he got a
Thank
night tonight.
you.
and your new Intercontinental Champion,
Champion.
Damian
Damian
Priest.
Priest.
He's not gonna make
I
that
said
title prestige.
I
Hard.
swear I believe Damian's cashing in either on the World Championship or on Cody.
Or whatever.
He's cashing in on one of them two.
Or
Yo,
what
if he
if he?
cash it on Cody, that crowd, it's gonna be a bad day.
It's gonna
Bruh,
be
or
a bad day.
what if he
Cody
cashed in
finally
on the United
finishes the
States title?
story. He finally finishes the story, and right when he get ready to get out the ring to go hand it to his
1,
mom,
2, 3.
Damian Priest comes out.
He gonna do like what's his name did to Sheamus.
Oh God.
Like Sheamus.
Nah, all right, come on. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Come on, where we at?
That tag match was.
I think Jeff was still talking about the tag match.
The tag match. All right, go ahead, Jeff. The tag match.
Bro, that tag match. Oh man, that's funny that you mentioned that, Shane, about Judgment Day beating all those tag teams. I'm just like, bro, they really did beat all those tag teams.
All those tag teams, yeah.
I'm just
That's
like,
why. That's why I think splitting the titles. It two people climbing the ladder from each brand. Split the. They grab each belt. You
Yep.
know, the referee rings the bell. They don't
Three
know who the winner
yeah.
is.
right.
Adam Pearce could come out like, well, we're going to determine this on Monday Night Raw. And there you have the storyline for the night after Raw. I mean, for the night after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I just want to see Judgment Day lose some titles. I don't
Yeah,
care
so
who wins. I don't care who
Damian Priest
wins.
could be IC champion.
No, he's gonna be United States champion.
Wow.
All right. We're gonna put a momentarium on that one. So Gunther, oddly enough, is next, where he got a backstage promo where they asked him about what Sami Zayn said to him last week, and he said he had a retort for Sami, but Sami stormed up like an angry child. But then as he got to sit on it for a week, he doesn't really have a response because at the end of the day, Sami knows he can't beat me. Chad knows that Sami can't beat me, and this crowd knows that Sami can't beat
Can't
me.
beat me.
And he said, well, Sammy can't even beat Bronson Reed.
Damn.
Oh boy.
And yeah, we're gonna get to that in a few. But in a pit stop, we get the next match, which is Andrade versus Ivar. If Ivar was medically cleared, Ivar, since he wasn't medically cleared, is actually Andrade versus Giovanni, which surprisingly was a great match. I actually like Giovanni. Giovanni was actually kind of looking good here. He didn't look bad. That was mostly because Andrade carried him, but he did have his moments where he was like, okay, I can see a little bit of a future for Giovanni in the singles area. But Andrade looked as superb here. I like Andrade's moveset. It looked like he just hits you hard as hell, especially with that fake out kick in the elbow. I swear to God, you get knocked out conscious. Just if you were to really get hit with that, you're going out because you're expecting a kick and he just turns and elbows the shit out of you. Like every time I see that, I'm just like, man, it's like he caught him for real. But yeah, I like Andrade's move. I like that him and Giovanni got into like a chop fest. But in the end, Andrade would win. Real quick because we got a special segment next. So Chris, go ahead and tell me your thoughts about this match real quick.
That match right there. I mean, we already knew Andrade was going to win. But I'm starting to backtrack. I'm still thinking about this tag title situation thing where they should have had Giovanni Gucci and Ludwig Kaiser in their tag team title tournament, at least. Would have made a whole lot more sense. Is where I'm still stuck at. But I really don't have too much to say about the match. But as far as you saying about Giovanni Vinci about being a single star, if he does, what will be his gimmick? Um, and I don't think that WWE will actually push him. Yeah, I don't think WWE will actually like push him like they are with him with Kaiser.
I can see. I mean, Kaiser's definitely not got probably gonna be the next version of Dragunov. Like because they was all part of Imperium, and then Dragunov became like his own thing. So it was like I could see them doing that with either most likely Kaiser, but Giovanni could get that kind of treatment too.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Shit.
Yeah. But I mean, I can see it. Not much as I can see Kaiser, but I can
Yeah.
see Giovanni. He showed me something tonight that night. Go ahead, Shane.
I mean, the match was cool. I mean, Andrade looking looking good. Kaiser, is I'm saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Uh,
No,
Giovanni.
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 Giovanni, my bad, Giovanni.
Yeah, the bald head one.
He actually showed me something tonight. If he could stay healthy, uh,
Yes.
he would be fine. Um, I mean, so the match what it was. I mean, Andrade won. He looked good, and that was basically that. I mean, you know, something
No.
about Andrade character I'm not getting behind yet, and maybe because it's still early.
Yeah.
So
That's all I
I
was gonna
say
say.
I say give it to after WrestleMania.
After Mania.
yeah, well,
I believe after WrestleMania, people like Andrade and Candice and Maxine, all of them gonna get like clipped on because they just
oh
trying to
yeah,
figure out these stories for real.
oh yeah. But other than that, it was definitely
It was dope.
a good one-on-one match though. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Jeff.
This match, I actually liked the match. The match was fairly decent. Andrade, uh, I'm glad they're not making him into a jobber like they are Naomi. But anyway, um, he, I, I can see him being world champion down the line, or even the IC champion. Giovanni, Giovanni's actually a good star. He's gonna be a singles competitor after he gets his gimmick changed a little bit. But other than that, the match was decent to me.
Okay. All right. Now we got mommy time, and mommy broke the internet, y'all. She broke the internet.
Lord Jesus.
I mean, she broke it in a good way too. All the thirst buckets came out after that little
I came
incident.
out.
And, and
I
I
came out
like
with
that.
that one.
The one thing I would say, and I'm going to get to it in a minute. I like that she referenced it in her own promo. She made reference to her breaking the internet in her own promo. But she would get her Dominic would come out to the ring, and basically she's upset that Becky's not paying attention to her. She's not giving her enough attention that she should. That she out of respect to Becky, she let Becky have all these matches. She could have attacked Becky if she wanted to, but she didn't. But she
Mhm.
didn't feel like Becky was giving her that same level of respect and attention. Then we would get Becky Lynch come out, who said that she was basically scared because she was basically all she did was come out and taunt her after all those matches, so she was shy short of just attacking her. uh, but this is where we get to what I was referring to when Becky said that, like, what type of champion even are you? Like, you don't even wrestle on Raw anymore. And my girl Rhea said, I mean, why do I need to? All I got to do is post a picture or a video, and you freaks are gonna eat it up. And I'm like, hey, ain't nobody tell you to put your big jiggly booty out like that, and then
Nah,
give a stink face to Naya, who Naya looked like she actually kind of enjoyed.
I would too.
But come on, Rhea, like, you know damn well you got crazy fucking people who wants to be with you, and just every little thing you do it on purpose. Almost and somebody made a video about it. She only does it at house shows.
Yeah,
At house shows, she pretty much gives the crowd what they want, and she plays for her ass.
yeah.
Like, I'm like, come on, man. Like, Rhea, you got people in the palm of your hand. But
Mm-hmm.
Becky, Becky did kind of make a comment. It was kind of like hypocritical because she said that unlike you, I don't need to show my ass or post my ass to get a reaction. It's about me busting my ass in this ring. But I'm like, aren't you the one who just got leaked your picture from your book of you and Seth Rollins basically butt fucking naked with the titles on you? A la like Mandy Rose. Come on,
Hmm.
you bring her back because Becky just did the same shit with Seth Rollins.
That's the
Come
thing.
on,
Mandy Rose making that bread though. WWE want
yeah,
parts of that.
she breaking that brand. Her and Lacey Evans.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different video. I don't think one
Mm-hmm.
proper for YouTube anyway. But
Mm-mm.
uh no, but Becky basically tells her that, and then she says that Rhea responds by saying that you're a cockroach, and like she because they was talking about survival. Becky told her how to survive is about and this game is about being survival by being tested, and Rhea hasn't had that new experience. But she would give her that experience at WrestleMania, and that's when Rhea called her a cockroach, and that she doesn't want to take it as far as destroying her and killing her, but she want to leave her just enough to be sitting at home on the couch with her daughter, and so she could hear her daughter call her mommy. And she tells Rhea, and this is where she get a little passionate. She tells Rhea that was her one free pass, but that if you mention her again, that she was going to destroy her, and that she doesn't need to mention that again because her father, and I feel for her if this is true, her father never got the chance to see her as a mother. He never got the chance to meet his granddaughter, but that she know he
Damn.
was damn proud of her for the mother she is, and that she's gonna beat her so that her daughter could even be proud of her too. Uh, they would get into each other's face. Dominic would try to break them up, but I think Becky said something that Dominic didn't like, so he got into her face, and Becky just hit him with her right. Next thing
Hit
you
on
know, we
with
got a
it.
brawl between the two, and they had to be separated. They brought them a little, I think, multiple times before being separated, and yeah, then we got Sammy and Chad part one, and this is what Jeff was talking about. Where in the background you saw Dominic and Andrade back there talking. Um,
Oh,
uh, I believe it happened doing. Is either it was doing this one or was doing
Yeah.
the second one.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
I missed that one though.
Yeah, I can't remember because they had two different. They did again with a part one and part two, but I can't remember if it was their second promo or their first promo
I
where
can't remember. I can't remember either.
it was one of them. So just know that one of these promos they was having Andrade and Dominic was seeing backstage. I believe it was part two. Now that I think about it, but yeah, they basically they would talk. Sammy, I think Chad tried to come up to Sammy and tell Sammy that he don't need to let Gunther get in his head. That this is what Gunther does. That he needs to focus on Bronson Reed. And Sammy thanks Chad for telling him that and getting him to focus on Bronson Reed other than Gunther. So, with that being said, what y'all think about this spicy promo between Rhea and Becky, and then the first part of Saturday and Saturday? I'm gonna go with Chris this time.
All right. All right. So with that Becky, so start off with Becky and Rhea Ripley. I felt that it's getting more of like a it's getting more intense just a little bit. And this is like their first time actually getting fit, Becky and Rhea getting physical since the feud had started. And so I just feel that it was okay, but at the same time, when you're having promos and bringing like kids and stuff into it, it's kind of a little bit over the board or whatever. but I guess it's like for a crowd react, get like a little cheap reaction. Um, but it was an okay promo to me. Not real good, not better than that Drew McIntyre's CM Punk and Seth Rollins one though. But it was like I said, it was okay. Then the thing back, and then was it the backstage one that was next?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first part, Sammy and Chad backstage.
So with Sammy, okay, yeah, all right. So with the Sammy and Chad thing backstage, it seems like for some reason, I don't know why, but I feel like they're gonna put these two either in a tag team together after
Oh
Mania
hell no.
because
No, no,
Hell
no,
no.
because the
Hell
way
no.
Oh
they
hell no.
I know
hell
that
no.
I know the way they
No.
No,
keep
no,
having
thank
Sammy
you.
the
No, thank
way they keep
you.
having Sami Zayn go back and forth to Chad Gable asking him for advice. I'm like, what are they doing like here?
They trying to have Chad be the Mr. Miyagi to Sammy, basically.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
pretty
trying to
much.
have Chad basically help
Mr. Miyagi.
Sammy get to that next level to beat Gunther. Because
Or
Chad was pretty much there. He was on that level to beating Gunther, but obviously they went with Sammy. So that's what that was. That was just them trying to get, as we will see in that second part, it explains a lot in that second part, which Chad was trying to do with
And I feel like Sammy's gonna go back to doing that little conspiracy thing that he always doing.
Oh my
If he
god.
if he
oh
lo- if
no,
he
please
loses,
God, no.
Oh my
no, I'm,
god,
I'm
no.
just I'm just saying, you know how he always
No.
lose something and he done did everything that he could,
you talking
fuck
about when
his
you
heart
lose
up.
the you talking about when you lose to Gunther
Yeah.
Yeah.
after that match? That's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. He's
Oh
gonna
boy.
walk around and he gonna go in, and then more likely he may wrestle in there for a little bit, or just end up going straight to NXT. Because he was like, they got a conspiracy against me on Friday Night SmackDown and Raw, because I want
Oh
to come
my
over
god.
here to NXT and do something. But
Oh
I
my
don't
Most
know.
god. God,
most
no.
likely he's going into the main title picture, especially if they keep it on Drew. If they really keep it on Drew, that's where he most likely gonna end up, is in the main title picture.
So
But
you
what?
have him lose to Gunther?
Yeah.
But only because they didn't trust Chad. That's the only that's the only reason why Sammy is there. Sammy is
What?
there because he's a bigger name than Chad.
Oh man, nah.
That's
Yeah,
the
I
only
forgot.
reason.
I forgot one more.
Okay, think of it like this: if it was for the fact that Chad, what how they booked Chad, you know damn well Sammy would have probably been involved in this world championship match. They would have had him in that
True.
match if it
Uh
wasn't for the fact that they had to build Chad to be a jobber. They did not for WrestleMania. They did not feel like Chad, because of the way they booked him, was big enough to hold a match on WrestleMania by himself. So they so they
You
put
could
no.
have done it
Sammy
on
on
the
the side.
damn. You could have done it on the pre-show.
Right.
But then
Ano-
Because it's Gunther, you can't
But
do
Gun-
Gunther on the
Yeah,
pre-show.
yeah.
but Gunther's not a pre-show person
Yeah,
though.
so that's the conundrum. Gunther's not a pre-show match, and Chad, they don't feel like he's a main card match because the way they book him.
I
Therefore,
just feel like if you're gonna build the future, you still should have had Chad Gable go against Gunther.
Build it right. Yeah.
You still could have that crowd, regardless of what the back would have said, that crowd would have went crazy if Chad
Crazy. Right away crazy.
that
it's
Chad
a
would have
it's
went
a
that
it's a
crowd would have
risk
went
reward.
ballistic.
They chose to play it safe. Because
They didn't play.
I guarantee you, even if Sammy don't win, I hope he don't, because he don't need no secondary title.
I
But
hope.
I'm going with him into the secondary title stuff. They gonna put him back in the main title picture. This was only because they didn't have a big enough name to put on WrestleMania against Gunther.
but it'll
Ah,
be, but it'll still be a waste though.
It,
yeah,
it's it's
it'd be a waste of a
WrestleMania.
story.
It's
Nah,
WrestleMania. They
man, I ain't
wanted to
trying to hear
play.
that.
They
It'll
played
be
it safe. They played it
it'll
safe.
be it'll be a waste of a story for
And a waste
Sammy.
of
Like I
time.
said, like I said a couple episodes ago, where they should have had Sammy kept losing, and he could have started his win at WrestleMania against whoever, and he could have started his winnings then, win Money in the Bank, and then that could have been that moment for Sami Zayn going forward. You
Yes.
had the Cinderella story after Mania with Sam, because let's be real for a second, Seth Rollins is going to get written off TV because of his back.
Mm.
Cody Rhodes is going to go to SmackDown if he wins the title. So who is the next babyface on Raw that's
Sami
gonna
Zayn.
step?
Sammy.
And that's what I'm saying. You had the Cinderella story after Mania perfectly for Sami Zayn. You had it. You had it right there. Now you put him in this Intercontinental match, and then if he ends up losing, what was the story for? Because now, if he even redeems himself and be like, oh well, I'm gonna go after the world title, nobody's gonna believe him because he lost to the Intercontinental Champion.
Right.
He's not gonna be he's not gonna be believable.
He's not.
Not if you don't book him to where he looks strong afterwards. If you book him to win every match leading up to Money in the
He
Bank,
just lost to Bronson Reed. What do you mean? You see
well,
what I'm saying?
that was a storyline thing though. Well, we about to get to that in a minute anyway, guys. But he kind of jumped the gun and said,
Yeah, my bad.
Let's go on to let's go on to
This
that
is
segment.
us. This is us, man. This is
Let's
us.
go on to that segment. Come on.
I don't think did everybody even talk about this segment? Did we get everybody?
I ain't got nothing to say about that shit.
The fact that he lost.
I do want going back real quick to the Becky Lynch and Rhea thing. Where was Liv at?
They saving her. They just saving her.
They saving her till after Mania.
They saving her till after Mania.
Oh snap! I forgot. Yo, I forgot we was talking about that. Damn, my bad. Oh Lord.
Yeah, no, you good. I'm just curious. We didn't see Rhea, not Rhea. Damn, we didn't see Liv, of course, because she still wants to get back at Rhea Ripley.
No, we don't need to see that till after Mania. Like I said,
that's what I'm saying. They probably saving it to after Mania.
No,
they probably gonna have like Liv and a whole bunch of women do like a battle royal thing at WrestleMania.
Okay.
No.
The Mae Young of Battle Royal.
I need the Mae Young Battle Royal or something like that.
Please no.
But
with Jade,
they're not gonna have Rhea.
With Jade being the winner.
Yeah.
If Rhea retains, that's gonna be her next feud. Her next feud will be with Liv.
Yeah.
At Backlash, it's good.
Yeah. That's if they go with Rhea
wins.
Becky.
That's if Rhea wins.
Yeah, because Becky.
But that promo,
Becky won't have nothing
Nia Jax.
to do.
That promo was much needed, though. That whole segment was needed. It was definitely needed because that rivalry was starting to look stale too. So that was a much needed.
Which one?
Becky and
Rhea. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. that was a much needed thing.
Yeah.
It was definitely needed.
So that was Chris. Did we get you saying on this?
Yeah, y'all good on that. Yeah, I like I said, it was just needed. It needed the boost, so it did what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, it did what it's supposed to do.
And Jeff said he don't really got nothing to say about it. You don't got nothing to say about Becky and Mommy?
No.
And he the one who be over there slobbering over Mommy though. But
nah.
I ain't gonna lie though. Mommy looked good though in that ring though. She looked good.
Nah, that was hella makeup though. Come on, y'all got bet, bro. That makeup was
she don't. That's what I'm saying. She don't wear it in her household.
No,
she don't play in her household. They only have her do that for the main shows. And her households, She don't have on no face makeup at all.
Whoever
It
did that,
surprised me.
that was way off. You can see it like on the side and all that. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh god.
they do it on purpose for some reason. They like to make her like Edward Scissorhands, or they like
Yeah,
to give her like this wider than normal face. Like
He said like
they play up
ever since
like
her hands.
that she's like a gothic. They try to play up that she's a true gothic, basically.
hmm
So they, how gothic people they whiten their face up more than they should.
yeah.
So that's what they do with Rhea. But moving on to the Sammy versus Bronson Reed match. Obviously, you already know who won the match, Bronson Reed.
Oh my
But it's
god!
how he won it. Sammy actually had this match won, but Gunther with the mind games came out playing mind games with Sammy, distracting him twice. One of which is when he actually was about to win the match, but he got distracted, hesitated, and went for the balloon kick, but then would get squashed with a tsunami by Bronson Reed. It was a good, decent match between the two. A good David versus Goliath, small man versus big man match. But
hmm
you could tell this was more so about Gunther messing with Sammy. That was really what this was about. And then we get the setup to this picture right here. Jay Uso cutting his promo about Shinsuke Nakamura and saying that he ain't
Oh
nothing.
shoot!
He not gonna do
There we
nothing
go.
and try to make his promo a nightmare that he gonna beat Shinsuke, and then he stops and he looks and Solo pops up. Jimmy pops up, and you know something was awful tonight. Cause what is they doing there? Rock whispers something. They there. Set up for this is in the works. But before we get to that, real quick, since Shane already jumped the gun about this match, what you think that in the setup promo with Jay Uso?
um, the, the the match with Sammy, and I get it for storytelling reasons. They should have just had Gunther just do a disqualification and beat the bricks off of Sammy.
Right.
I'd rather for that to happen. That way you could save Sami Zayn for
From Mania.
for losing. Because again, even even
You could tell it was a storyline thing because they playing up like he don't even sweat Sammy.
yeah, and
So that's why it's like he don't sweat him. So he don't
my
feel
thing
like
is though, if Sammy does win,
which would be the wrong booking choice in this case.
yeah, it would be
Uh,
unless Chad Gable is hyping up Sammy and Chad Gable does a interference or a distraction to help Gunther win the match. It could be like on some accident mode type of thing, and then Chad explains to Sammy like, "Yo, it was really an accident. I didn't mean to do it." Da, 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 da. We can get a triple threat at Backlash for the title. I could be more interested in that. It's
No,
many
just
ways you.
had Chad and Gunther. If you're gonna keep it on
Yeah,
Gunther, just had Chad and Gunther and let
Chad and
Chad
Gunther.
beat Gunther.
True.
So we
that's
could get
Yeah,
this
that's true
over with
too.
and elevate Gunther to the main title picture.
that's true.
Yeah, because Bash at Berlin is definitely should be Gunther winning the world title.
Yes. Yeah.
At that particular pay-per-view, PLE, yes, it should be that should be the center of Gunther. So let's take this IC title off Gunther
Uh,
soon.
All right, Jeff.
oh man, this match right here. I think
Big beefy Reed,
yeah, it was a good match, to be honest, bro.
big beefy Reed.
Bro,
that blood on his face. I was like, really? Why would they put the blood on his face like that? Did y'all see the blood on his face?
Yeah,
That
that
was
that, that
real. Cause I think Sammy actually even busted his nose.
I was like, man, this.
It's
I'm
more
like,
real than what you see behind me here with Cody.
yes, that's what I'm saying. Like it looks real.
Yeah, because that was actually real. Cody's wasn't real, but this was real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
nah,
I'm
you
just
sure? I think Cody got cut right here when they threw him to the joint.
That's not blood. Don't look like that. That
no.
was
Yeah, that's
too.
true.
That blood was too red. That and was bright red. It was too. It was too. It was too red of a color where you could tell it was like it wasn't a real blood.
And then it looked more, like pinkish a little bit. But anyway, I say that match was good. But I agree. Gunther should have came down there and like interfered with the match. Um,
Yeah.
Bronson Reed, he's actually looking good in his matches. Um,
Yeah, I can see that.
he needs a title. He needs a title, but I don't think he's ready quite yet.
He's ready for the United States.
Ain't no, I don't think he's not ready. I just think there's no heat behind the heel
Mhm.
work.
Yeah,
It's
that. Yeah,
it's just his booking.
Yeah. I thought when we got the suit and tie Bronson Reed that day when he did that promo,
Yeah,
I was like, "Ooh, we're gonna get like a mafia type thing going on,"
right.
which I would have been with that.
yeah. I thought he was about to start recruiting people.
That's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. Yeah, to get this Hill character, I just think he needs some heat. You know what I mean? If he gets some heat, he'd be straight.
But like, who will he recruit though?
ah, hold on. But we're gonna get carried away with that. Go ahead, Chris.
Uh,
All right, so this match here was cool and everything. Like Shane and Jeff said that Gunther should have came down, but he was in that old college boy type type clothing on, so they said he's gonna wait till Mania. But overall, Bronson Reed he does look good and everything like that. Um, just just waiting until he get his actual moment. Now he did say on the Raw exclusive video, he was like he wants a WrestleMania match, because he done beat Sami Zayn. And so now, if he does win a WrestleMania match, I mean, what are they going to put him in? Like a Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal or something like that at Mania?
That's if it's even
Oh,
on Mania. They've been doing it on SmackDown.
Uh,
yeah, that's the death. I call that battle royal the death.
yeah, they probably would have two of them, and then Jay's gonna win one of them. But yeah.
yeah, Jay gonna win.
All right. Well, we get to this the one I actually remember now. This the one that had Andrade and Dominic in the back. But
Hmm.
this is Sammy in the back going crazy because he felt bad that he actually still did the one thing Chad told him not to do was let Gunther in his head. So stick with me, guys, because this is gonna be a long one because this goes into the main event. So Chad comes up to him to tell him to calm down and tell him that he said, you don't let doubt creep into your head. You are the best. I was in the ring with you, but it's gonna take more than your determination and your ring work to beat Gunther. It's also a mental game. You need a different approach. And that's a different approach is what you need. Then you come talk to me. And Sammy looks at Chad while we see Dominic and Andrade in the
Andrade
background also
talking.
hatching their little schemes. And it look like they about to cook up something for Sammy. Maybe Chad gonna get him a different mental game. And I want to say here before I move on, the reason why I mention these little people in the background because this is a Triple H thing. This is not a Vince thing. Triple H put these little seeds of future storylines in these backgrounds, and I like it. I'm here for it. That we get hints of what's going to come later down the line. But we get to the main event and what this picture is all about, which is Jay versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, obviously, the big thing here is not even the match itself, is this. The match actually took a back seat to this because for the most part, the match was a match. It was, but they cut into this match. So to get you there, they actually Shinsuke and Jay had quite a good. They had a beginning, I guess you could say, good match. But that's all it was. They was having a good match up until the point where both men was down on the floor, and then Solo and Jimmy come out the crowd. They look like before I had to dip again. All right, so technical difficulties on my end, so this will be a little bit sliced and diced into the video. But we was talking about the ending of this match behind me right here. Well, not that match, but the Jay and them. Jay would win after a distraction, well, attempted distraction from Solo and Jimmy. I also forgot to mention that Seth did before Jay went to the match, said that we have your back if anything happens. And something did happen. This was where Cody and Seth would come out. They would fight Solo. They would fight Jimmy, allowing Jay to get the spear on Shinsuke Nakamura for the victory. And then we see that Seth is fighting Solo. And as he knocks him over the barricade. As he get ready to follow him, Drew comes out and does a future shot DDT, taking out Seth, which kind of makes sense of why he was talking to Paul Heyman earlier. And then we get Jimmy and Cody in the back fighting, and they were brawl up until Cody would get the upper hand on Jimmy. Solo would try to attack Cody, but Cody would get the upper hand on Solo, and then The Rock would come and beat down Cody Rhodes, and thus we get him talking the most attitude ever, trash of all time. He is cussing. He said, "Look at you now, boy. Look at you now. You want to be the hero." I thought he was about to throw Cody over that. When they got outside, you just saw that big ass dip. I swear, I thought he was going to be like, "Oh, you want to be the hero?" and just swing. I'm like, "Oh, he killed Cody." I thought he was going to kill Cody.
Well, it actually reminds me of when he did Stone Cold that same way.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people like that reminded when he did that to Stone Cold. That's what they thought he was about to do to Cody. But he's trash talking Cody. He's trash talking us, saying, "Oh, you thought The Rock was just gonna come here and not say nothing? You booing The Rock because he didn't say anything." And he said, "But this what happens when you fuck with the bloodline, and you fuck with he said fuck with the final boss." And thus we got him throwing trash cans into him. He's beating him up on his own tour bus. And then as you see Rock talk trash, the cameras focus on The Rock for a minute. And then The Rock said, look, as prophesized, you get this picture back there where Cody's busted open. The Rock basically talks trash, said, "Look, I got for you, Mama Rose." And he got a custom-made weightlifting belt that says Mama Rose on it. He puts Cody's blood on it, taunts him some more, and said it didn't have to be like this, but Cody Rhodes stuck his nose in my business. He took something from me, so now this is the only way. And he tells the camera to look at one more time at Cody Rhodes and tell Mama Rose to look at her son. And the only thing that's left now is her tears on that belt. So, with that being said, what y'all thought of this final moment in this of this whole thing, not just the Sammy, the match, and the brawl itself? I'm gonna go with Jeff since he was falling asleep. I need to keep you woke, so You go ahead and talk first, buddy. Nigga, I'm about to fall asleep again.
He can't
Yo,
hear
you
you.
on mute, bro.
Oh my, we have so many technical difficulties in this. He's on mute for the second time in this video.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
Yeah,
know.
we hear you.
Yeah, I like this. I like that segment thing. It was pretty cool. The Rock beating Cody down. Like um, he's really showing that he's the final boss. To be honest, um, man, I hope Cody get his lick back at WrestleMania. Um, but if not, oh well.
Damn.
Oh well. I mean, that's pretty much where it's gonna be. Like, if Cody don't win, it really will be oh well for Cody.
He better he better get to the back of the line like everybody else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Or he better go for that World Heavyweight Championship.
He should do
Yeah,
that. Shit.
he better go home and cry to his
No,
wife.
because it wouldn't make sense. Because
Well,
he don't need the World Heavyweight Championship. He needs the WWE to finish the story. The whole story is that's the championship his father would have won had it
Mhm.
would have been for that technicality.
Yeah,
So go ahead,
it's
Chris.
gonna.
Oh go. Oh no, you was,
No. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
oh, okay. All right. So this right here, Cody Rhodes. I feel like Cody is acting real nice because most of his fan base are kids, and he's trying to pretty much set a good example for them, but not going like super out of character to try and to try to like please everybody else who say that Cody like needs to like needs to have like some kind of mean streak behind him and get real serious. He did for one show what was it, last Monday or something?
yeah, it was last Monday where we got Black Suit Cody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black Suit Cody.
But other than that, I feel like The Rock, is he's doing his thing, but I hope it's not a oh well for Cody. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see come WrestleMania though. But
Yeah,
I know that tag match is probably gonna be a oh well.
that tag match is going to determine how much we're going to be into that singles match.
Yeah.
I do believe we're gonna get like a Avengers style ending to
Yeah,
that match though. I do believe that Cody and them is gonna lose at night one, but night two,
they're gonna
just
win.
everybody just gonna come out and screw the bloodline over to help Cody
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
You're gonna get John Cena, some more wrestlers. They're just gonna chase the bloodline off, allowing Cody to win. That's how I honestly
Justin
believe
Rose.
it is.
and then Roman there by itself.
Yeah.
All gonna come out.
The bloodline gonna turn on them.
Everybody that Roman screwed over is just gonna screw him over at the end.
Yep.
Yeah, you seen Stone Cold. He was like up there working out, like he was about to get ready to fight somebody. I
Yeah,
think I
getting ready for WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, I think it was like a couple weeks ago. But as far as him putting like the little busted capsule of blood or whatever on the belt, saying this is gonna be your son's blood. Um, I I'm not really sure if it's like a no disqualification match, saying he's gonna put the blood on the belt or something like that. But I don't think this match right here is gonna be a. It's
Exciting.
gonna have that. It's gonna be a stipulation within this match, though. It's gonna be.
But no, if the bloodline wins that tag match, it will be a basically you could say anything goes hardcore match. It's
Yeah,
basically he said bloodline rules, which means they can interfere, they're gonna do whatever, it's no DQ. That's
yeah,
if Cody Rhodes and them don't beat them at night one.
gotcha.
So
Well,
that's basically what night two would be. But go ahead, Shane.
Um, First of all, for the Jay and Nakamura match, we need to give Jay a finisher because that spear's looking ugly. It don't Jay is having no effect. It's not looking right, and we need to somebody needs to give Jay a finisher. Like yo, nah, this ain't for you. That spear is not
His
for you.
finisher is the splash. He usually just do the spear and the splash. The
Nah,
spear is
we
just like
nah
the
nah
spear
we
is just
don't.
like to get back at Roman.
Nah, take that shit out of the equation. Like yo, we need something to where it's Jay because Jay is standing out. The splash was more like his brother. It was like a tag team thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that spear is kind of making a mark of Roman, but I noticed they kind of letting him win with that. And
Mm-hmm.
nah, we don't need that. No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we need something for Jay where Jay can have his own style and his own finish.
yeah, he definitely can't. I
Uh,
wouldn't see him lifting nobody unless he do like a
yeah.
small, unless he do like a small
Um,
or something.
as far as
Yeet.
The Rock, shout outs to all the Cody crybabies. Thank y'all. Thank
Thank
y'all
y'all,
very much.
Cody Crybabies.
Don't get me wrong, I am a Cody fan. I want Cody to finish the story.
You're a
But
Cody
shout outs,
Crybaby.
yes, I am a Cody crybaby. So what? But shout
Cody
outs,
Crybaby right here too.
Hey,
shout outs to A.
point him
And
up.
the reason why
Point him
I
out.
say that, the reason why
Point
I
him
say
out,
that,
Chris.
the reason why I say that because
Thank you.
we wouldn't have got this Rock. We wouldn't have got this Rock right here.
Don't think so.
That that was no hell no. Hell no. We wouldn't have got this Rock. The Rock wouldn't have turned heel. We wouldn't have got this. No, hell no. By no long shot. I swore though, I swore the Rock was gonna dump that man over the bridge. I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
I was
I
waiting for
tell
that.
you, I swear for God, I thought he was about to go. Just, yeah.
But if you kind of peed, and I think WWE did this on purpose because when The Rock had him over there, if you notice the truck, it had
Mm-hmm.
Cena and Austin in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
People been calling reference to that all day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice with Jay's match before, like after Seth Rollins was like, "Yo, we got your back," I noticed his eye roll a little bit,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Are we cooking for Seth to be a heel? Just don't do it.
Right.
Just don't do that WrestleMania by any
He
means.
gonna he gonna turn.
Or if you do turn Seth heel, and the outcome is Stone Cold giving him a stunner, I'm with that."
I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that.
Um, but yeah, the Rock ended the show like that. That was great. And in the rain, shout out to Chicago weather because the rain made it all better.
Right. It made it better.
Yes, it
So
is.
it was great. Uh, that gave me attitude era, ruthless aggression type of vibes all over. So shout out to the Rock, man.
Really,
Shout out
Chris?
to the Rock.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Word, word,
Yeah.
word.
As soon as Jay walked away, his face was just changing.
But that was, I won't say it was more so like him being healed. It was just probably him like they was he was supposed to be concerned.
But
It's it seemed like he was concerned because he did say they felt like something was coming and something
Yeah.
big.
but do you turn
Yeah.
Seth Hill because CM Punk is going to be
No,
that top guy.
no,
I would.
because not for CM Punk. Drew, yeah, but not for CM Punk because people are invested into Seth Rollins' hatred of CM Punk.
Yeah.
And they was playing CM Punk up like the heel in this feud anyway. So you
Right.
keep it that way.
Mm.
Because
True.
you can't. The only reason why, because the story with CM Punk, and especially with him coming back, it does kind of paint him as a hypocrite. After
True.
everything you said on your exit from WWE, and then you come back, yeah, you can't be the hero of this story.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
I still think, just like I said though, and to close that segment, shout out to The Rock though, he's doing this thing. I still think Drew McIntyre needs to. It needs to. It needs to be one of those squash matches where Drew looks dominant. We can't have Super Seth because this ain't gonna work. And we need to get Seth off of TV for a minute. And Drew should dominate, win the match, and then dominate to where he's off of TV for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But
Well,
God damn it, The Rock, God damn you mother, you got me invested into this now, boy. Damn, Cody, you my man.
Cody Crybaby.
You better get his ass in Brooklyn.
Cody
You
oh,
better
Crybaby.
get that
oh,
man in
I
Brooklyn.
need you to go Friday and get that lit back,
Nah,
especially.
we need that in Brooklyn. That crowd gonna be looking for that lit.
Yeah, we need that in Brooklyn.
Yeah, we need that in Brooklyn. Save that to Brooklyn. Cause
Wait.
where they y'all gonna be at? Where they y'all gonna be on Friday? Milwaukee, I think, or something like that.
No,
So-
um, I forgot, but it's sold out. I
yeah,
think they said it's
that's why I
sold out.
said, because I think The Rock is going to be there this Friday.
Not Pennsylvania.
Mm.
That's why I said I need Cody to go Friday and whoop some ass, and then do it again on Monday.
Mm.
Mm.
Surprise them and come on
Yeah,
Monday
surprise
Or
me like he surprised you.
Friday.
Cody could do the same with Roman. You have The Rock in the ring, and then Cody ends up on the screen like, all right, you may got me, but I got your cousin.
Yeah,
That'll work.
yeah, that
That'll
makes
work.
sense.
Yeah.
That'll work.
You may got me, but I got your cousin.
We got he had jumped Roman.
Then we got Seth beating up Solo. Then we
Mm-hmm.
got Jay beating
Jay.
up Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Paul Heyman looking scared, as he should.
As always.
Yeah, Cody, you gotta get that lip back. Gotta
He
get that lip
definitely
back,
got
my
to get
boy.
that. He definitely got to get that
Cause The
lip back.
Rock whooped your ass.
Yeah.
Cody Crybaby.
and talk shit to you and your moms. He all while whipping your ass. That's
All
crazy.
and
his
and spit in his face.
and
Oh
spit in his
nah.
face.
And
Oh nah.
use you to damage your own tour bus.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Hold on. I did
But
see. I did
go
see
ahead,
something
Chris.
earlier. Yeah, you're good. I did see something earlier from Brandy Rhodes, and she gave her reaction to what happened to her husband on Raw, and she said, "Hold on, I just had it here."
It was about the security. Was it the security thing? 'Cause I did hear that too.
Yeah, he
Somebody said that Rock better have some security.
very detailed tight at Mania. That's all.
Yeah.
Bro, the only way how if the tag team matches won and you had Cody's two best friends, um, MJF and Ricky Starks, to
Oh
help Cody.
yeah.
Yeah, or
That-
MJ.
that's a conversation for another video,
For another day.
because we're losing Jeff here. So Jeff, give
No,
me your rating
y'all
for
ain't
this.
losing me.
Give me the rating for this show. What would you give this show?
Who me?
Yeah, I'm talking to
Mhm.
you, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff,
Look
JEFF.
at he said we ain't losing them, but he didn't hear me say I was talking to him.
I give it. I give it a 9.
Okay. All
Mm.
right. All right.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with him. I give it a 9. It was great. We finally started cooking, which I wish we would have done weeks ago. But
Yeah.
we finally got some type of with the whole Becky and Rhea, the whole Drew and Seth Punk making that interesting. Shout outs to Punk.
Yeah,
Um,
that's why I give it a 9 because of CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
the Rock doing this thing backstage because people thought the Rock wasn't going to get physical, so I
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, till Mania. Yeah.
I like that. He got physical. He got dirty. And shout out to the Rain. Not MVP goes to the Rain. Yo, word
Right.
up. The Rain made that joint perfect, bro. The Rain made
Right.
all of that. Shout out to the Chicago weather for that one, boy. That's MVP for me.
And
Yeah,
shouts
yeah.
out to the crowd. The crowd was definitely dope, man. Y'all
Oh
always
yeah.
the
Shout out to
Chicago
the
crowd
blood.
was
Shout out to the blood on Cody's face.
the Chicago
You's a
crowd was
hater, bro.
definitely it's definitely a good one. But go ahead, Chris.
I would I would actually have to give this show I would have to give it a 10 out of 10.
Oof,
Ooh.
oof. He said it was
Ooh.
perfect 10.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
You full
Uh,
of shit.
You're full of shit.
You
uh,
know you
it
full of shit.
You
was
know he is.
better than
He know
last week.
he is.
Better than
He
last
said
week.
perfect 10.
It was
It
better
was
than
better
last.
than SmackDown.
Hell yeah. But I would have to say MVP of the night goes to two people, and that is Drew McIntyre and CM Punk.
Oh
They,
yeah.
they, yeah, they definitely did kill it on the mic. Also, our truth. I love what he did. I still,
Hilarious.
I still can't get over that.
MVP
They told,
goes to our truth.
right?
Yeah, I'm still giving my MVP to Chicago weather. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Chicago weather.
I,
And
Yeah.
then also you had Buddy, the one that was asking the cameraman and Stu, that sat right there. Remember when the CM Punk came back at Survivor Series?
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The guy that was right there hugging on CM Punk, he was right
Mm-hmm.
commentators yelling something yelling stuff at Drew McIntyre when CM Punk said something.
Okay.
Like this, I was like, this man diehard wrestling.
All right.
But yeah,
All
Wait, hold on. And shout out to the cameraman for the Rock and that Cody beatdown. Shout out to the cameraman because
Right.
the
Shout
Rock
out
was
to him.
lifting
Get,
him up,
look
bringing
at
him
this
down,
cameraman. He said,
bringing him around. Shout out to that, yo. That was attitude era right there.
That
That
was
was
fire. That was fire.
shout out to that.
I, that's wild because I had my rating is the lowest of everybody. Chris gave it a 10. You two gave it a 9. I gave it an 8.5.
Mhm.
I gave it an 8.5.
Wow.
I was going to give it that too.
I
I
started
was.
And
8.9.
I'm like, I still after even going over, I'm like, yeah, this still was an 8.5 show. Like I can't even
Hmm.
give it like a 9. It just felt like an 8.5 to me. Like it was almost a 9, but it was just like, nah, it was an 8.5. It was an 8.5. But
I think.
my MVPs were CM Punk and The Rock. They
Yeah.
they 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 carried the show.
Oh yeah. All
They
the way.
But I loved them. The crowd was good. So yeah, I gave it an 8.5.
Can't
I
wait to
gave
see
Mm.
what in Brooklyn.
But yeah, that's it. I am going to give it to Chris. He's going to take us out. This is a very long one because there was a lot to talk about here, guys. So do apologize. Some stuff will have to be edited in that first one. But
Let's
With
go.
little big man froze.
yeah, when
Yeah,
I
Go
was
ahead,
Big
going,
Chris.
Rose.
Chris, take us out. Take us out real quick.
All right, you guys. Thank you guys for joining in to Wrestling Pit Podcast here at YouTube.com. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our other videos that we have here. And
Hey.
before we pause again,
Disco.
enjoy this music and these other three people that's dancing around, dancing up here on the left hand side of me, going into hell. So, anyways, yeah, you guys. So we'll see you guys in our next video, which would be Wednesday, right? Shane? AEW review.
As you do that.
Yeah.
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 So it'll be Wednesday. Well, Thursday, right? No, it'll be
Yeah,
Thursday.
Thursday. It'll be Thursday.
Thursday.
AEW review.
And then
After then, of course,
Sunday.
our SmackDown
Saturday.
Saturday for a SmackDown review.
and then on
Sunday.
for
WrestleMania.
prediction video. I was, well, pretty much going deep into all the matches and everything. So you guys be sure to tune in.
Shane over there dancing.
Don't forget to post the dates and post the dates and everything for everybody. So nobody forgets. So, other than that, Wrestling Pit Podcast out. We'll see you guys in our next video.
Wrestling Pit Podcast. Subscribe.
Wrestling Pit
KD.
Podcast.
Subscribe, baby. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.